What is the formula for setting up a good meme stock? All right. So we talked a little bit about this. It's like if having a meme stock that pops off is a recipe with ingredients, what are the ingredients that are required as to part of it? And so I'll sort of kick it off and then you could tag along. But I think as we now have more and more meme stocks that are coming up that are established, I think we can sort of see some correlations. And one of the things that I've kind of noticed was there's got to be a brand presence, and it doesn't necessarily just have to be the company brand. There has to be some sort of brand. So Tesla, Elon, I would say, is the brand.
There's like a creed to the company, like.
Yeah, maybe. I think a creed is more of like I know what you're saying.
Like
a creed is like a philosophy.
Yeah, I mean, is there a Tesla without Elon?
No,
right. And so that's kind of, I guess, what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah. So Elon is the brand. Elon is the face.
Yeah.
And people are behind that, and people can get behind that. GameStop, AMC are very well known.
Yeah.
Clover, Chamath, Penn, Barstool, and Dave Portnoy. And so I think that's one of the main things that first stands out to me is you had mentioned sort of the nostalgia piece behind the brand, but also this unwavering belief in either the brand or somebody who represents the brand.
Yeah.
So I think that first needs to be in place. What else I think needs to be in place is a low share price. So perceived being undervalued.
Yeah.
And so we see people moving towards stocks that are, let's just say, under $25, but a lot of times under $10 that they go into. Now, after they move, all bets are off. But we're seeing these low-cost stocks, and then short interest is also a huge factor in that. That's where a lot of the attention is short interest and people looking for the next short squeeze. Am I missing anything that you would think would be a part of the ingredient to a recipe for a meme stock?
I don't think
Trending.
I don't think so, other than the fact that I would, and most of them have played out this way, where there's a small share structure that's involved as well. Like GameStop had a very small amount of shares that could be traded, so scarcity is definitely part of that too. So I mean, Clover's a perfect example of that. AMC at the time was a bit smaller until they actually continued to just dilute. But yeah, I think that probably like a smaller share structure would probably play a factor.
So, in consideration of that, would you like to bring to the table some stocks that we think could potentially fit that profile and be the next meme stock?
Yeah, I think I just had pulled this one up. Opendoor, I think, is going to be one that could be a potential stock that the Wall Street crowd could get a hold of. I didn't check the short interest on this, but I imagine that it's probably pretty extensive given how much this has fallen down. It was from $39, fell all the way down to $13.34, and it has started to move up some, but it's been on relatively low volume, and it just broke over the 50-day moving average. So is it too late to get in? I don't think so. You look at the upside here, and it could be an upwards of 100% plus if we go back to the highs that it was once at just a few months ago. So we talk about, the real estate market. This is how people are buying homes these days, using apps like Opendoor. And you know how we like some of the other ones as well. Zillow's in that conversation.
Yeah.
Opendoor is definitely an innovative company that I think, you can get behind the fundamentals as well as as much as this has come down. It doesn't deserve to be down here, in my opinion. Yeah,
another Chamath play, pre-merger SPAC.
Yeah.
Reverse merger SPAC. So yeah, I love that. I didn't even realize it was at 1760.
Yeah, it would have been beaten down pretty good.
For me, car lots, and I'm in this, guys. I'm in this stock.
Man, I'm so pissed about this because I called this 2 Stock Watch Sundays ago. I said down in the $4 range that this was ridiculous, and then what does it do?
Yeah, so I got in here at 7.
I missed it.
Now you brought this to the table, and kudos to you. And I know it's weird saying kudos. It is up from when you called it.
Yeah.
But I think there's far more to run. And I think this is a great setup. Brand, known, their business model. You talked about used cars and the push towards used cars, especially with the pressure that new cars are going to face with the semiconductor chip issues.
Yeah.
But the SPAC beatdown is also a factor in this,
Yep.
I think. And so I think this is prime time, under $10 mark. Feels very, very similar to Clover. The only difference is maybe their headwinds are a little bit more material than Clover.
Yes. I would agree.
But it still feels very similar because I think it's a little bit like of an overreaction.
Yeah.
May take time, may take a lot of time.
Yep,
But
I
if
agree.
you have patience scaling in, this is one I plan to scale in on. And I plan to hopefully see it move.
And
So-
I think that's also just, we can't stress that enough. These are going to be stocks that are still going to be very volatile.
Yeah.
So make sure that you're managing risk going into these. But another one that I had was Smile Direct. So Smile Direct's actually already started to move some, but I think that this could be one that also has plenty of upside. It was up to $16. Right now it's sitting at $9.92, so there's definitely a lot of upside here. The short interest on this, I want to say somewhere around the vicinity of 35 to 40%.
Yeah.
This is another brand that we talk about that a lot of people can resonate with. They know it. It's a household name. It just spiked above the 200-day moving average and then pulled back, along with the rest of the market. And so I think this actually looks pretty good. Are you going to be able to get into the absolute bottom? I don't think 720 is going to be. I don't think it's coming back there anytime soon. But on a healthy pullback, maybe if it holds up above 950, 960, might be worth grabbing a starter on.
The number 4 stock that I'm going to bring to the table, actually, I'm not in yet. I was in, plan to get back into it, and that is BLNK.
Oh,
BLNK has the high short interest. It has the attention because it's been brought up.
Yep.
EV charging stations, EVs have the attention. I'm excited about that industry, Blink, ChargePoint, whatnot. I'm excited for that because of the infrastructure bill, and the administration is placing a huge focus on EVs, EV growth, and specifically battery focused, right? And so I think Blink and ChargePoint, I think they'll continue to go off, but Blink specifically because of their short interest, and there's a possibility that could be one of a short squeeze potentials and be the next meme stock. Now, what I will say is, for me, what's happening currently is I've been in ChargePoint. I'm up almost 20%. So I'm actually thinking about flipping that. So doing a trailing stop at some point or putting in a stop loss at some point. And then when I do that, then getting into Blink. So that's my number 4 stock for me is BLNK.
Yeah, I think that's a great one as well. Lots of upside there too, especially if we see something from the infrastructure bill. Love that one. My last one is going to be Workhorse, and I just want to give Don Fran from the Don Fran Show a shout out. Go make sure you follow him too. He's part of the Chaos Crew fam and the WeTrade HQ fam, and just does incredible work. Looking at this one, he thinks that this could be the next squeeze. We saw some ridiculous volume coming in on this one at the beginning of the month. And it's at a pretty crucial resistance. Sitting here at $16.50, if we can get it up above around $18 or that $20 mark, I think that this has lots of room to run, potentially even to around $28 to $30 a share. So we just saw Lordstown basically get decimated. I would venture to say they're on the brink of bankruptcy at this point. They're probably going to be one of the first casualties of the EV movement. And we've talked about this, that there's going to be a consolidation. I would imagine Nikola is on the way there too, but looking at Workhorse, I think the story is a little bit different here. They have some government backing. I would imagine that they could continue to do that. It was unfortunate that the postal deal didn't go through, but I still think that Workhorse could very well be something to look forward to. Who knows? Maybe we could see some Amazon deals with them too. So I like Workhorses a lot.
And there you guys have it. Those are our top 5 meme stock opportunities, but don't go anywhere because I have one more. You don't even know this. I have one more. What I want to point out, and we've talked about this with Clove, as Brad mentioned, we've been at Clover for a while, and we want to be where the attention is going, not where the attention is. So we talked about, somebody asked me about the price target on Clover, Brad, and they were like, well, thinking about how they felt like $20 was high. And I'm like, well, when we started talking about this before they had the Hindenburg turd news and then the speculation around investigations, they were at $14.
Right.
So if you would have said it would have got to $20 off 14, that's not a huge push.
No.
So perspective really matters in this. But we want to play chess, not checkers. I'm going to ride that thing till the wheels fall off because that's what we're doing. We're moving on to the next thing, and we've continued to do that throughout this channel.
Yeah.
The one stock that we've been on that I think may come out like a clove is Drive Shack.
I knew you were going to go.
It's Drive Shack. I'm tired of keeping it in the crew. I need to tell the masses. People, Drive Shack.
Yes.
It is only beginning. Drive Shack.
This chart, I love this chart's crazy looking.
If you're familiar with Topgolf, Drive Shack is Topgolf. It's the main competitor.
Yeah.
Topgolf's owned by
one
Callaway.
of the only competitors to Topgolf.
Yeah. And so this is a great reopening play. Looks really good. Great growth opportunity. And I won't get into all the details why, but they're growing fast and at a clip. And they have all of the ingredients, I think, to be a great meme stock, not to mention the price point. And we talked about this, like $1.20 is when we brought it to the crew last year.
Yep.
But my conviction has only gotten stronger on this stock.
Yeah, I mean, demand for golf and just golf as a recreation, not just like as in a sport, has really taken off. And I'm sure COVID had a lot to do with that. You know, it was the perfect social distancing, I guess, activity. And so this is something that I think is only going to continue to grow. We could go all day with Drive Shack. You have the putteries that are getting ready to start up, which will set them apart from Topgolf. You have Rory McIlroy, who's going to be the face of this company. So lots of good stuff with Drive Shack. You know, I love this thing. And so, yeah, I'm glad that you brought it up for sure.
And if you guys were in the Chaos crew, you would have known about this and already been up 100%, as many of us are.
Yes.
And so, guys, if you're interested in joining and want to get the next Drive Shack, click join. It's only $4.99 a month. You get access to Brad's portfolio. You get our Discord. You get our trade alerts. You get our technical analysis breakdown on our watch list. A lot of good stuff. So click that join button. I like when you say it's less than a cup of coffee to join.
Yes, it's under $5, $4.99.
Patty B, I hear you, fat man. Been saying it for a while, only getting louder.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Hell
I am getting. I told Brad this. I'm getting louder about my picks, and I'm going to be honest because I like to be transparent with you guys. Clover was hard.
Yeah,
Clover was hard.
It was hard.
And I felt on an island for a very long time.